Tom, everyone, and welcome back to the next 20 pages of Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Amazing book about self-branding, as I said in the last video. And today we're going to go in more depth about self-branding. This is actually going to be really relatable to my current situation, and pretty much I'll be going back and forth about how this book kind of relates to 20 pages, actually. So let's jump right into it. First point being, personal branding is for everyone. No matter what your circumstances, I don't care what it is. If you like collecting stuffed animals, if you like collecting rare cards, trading cards, whatever it is, you can literally personalize that and make a huge brand following for it. And like I said in the last video, you can literally chase your passion with social media because of how strong it is. So, jumping right into the examples, first person I want to mention in Crushing It, there's a story of a lady called Amy. I hope I don't mispronounce your name. I am so sorry if I do, but hey, I have a really hard name too. But anyways, Amy Schmittauer. I think she actually just got married and her last name changed. Not too sure on that, but going into her story, she was a college graduate at Ohio State University, and she studied political science, and she really wanted to go into the law field. Her dream job was becoming a lawyer. And upon doing so, she started kind of picking up a different interest, and that interest was pretty much social media branding. And it's crazy because she was working long hours and she was so busy with law, and she had a second job on top of that. And then she kept getting this knack for social media branding that eventually she came home from work, from her long days of working, and she started hustling, started doing her own freelance work into branding, brand consulting and vlogging. I was pulling out my book because I have it written down here. But she got a really big knack for that, and she started creating content in those fields because she wanted to educate people on the importance of self-branding through social media. Just like Gary Vaynerchuk is doing in this book, he's trying to show how important it is. But she took a different step, a different perspective, and she started creating her own business towards it. And in her story, she was hustling all day and night, trying to create her own brand, and eventually she quit her jobs to actually start doing her own vlogging and her own social media business. And her business at the time was called Sexy Savvy. Oh, geez, I'm butchering everything today. It was, hold on one second while I pull this out. Oh, here it is. Savvy Sexy Social. Man, that is a tongue twister. And actually, recently I just looked up. She did change the name of her brand, which I'll include in the description. I think it's just her name now, Amy, with her new last name. And she's still doing the same thing, but now it's her full-time job, and she's pretty much helping people how to become successful towards self-branding. And whenever she started doing this, she started building clientele, she started getting followers, and she started reaching out to these people, and these people started really liking what she had to offer. And because of that, she started making her desire. She got her desire, and she started chasing her dreams, her really true dreams. She might have thought that her dream was becoming a lawyer, but you know how it is. As you go on through your life, you kind of figure out there's different things that you like and different things you enjoy. So that's an excellent story about Amy. Now going into the next story, which is actually Lewis Howes. His story is really incredible too. So he was a football athlete, and he actually unfortunately snapped his wrist, which then he later found out that he couldn't play sports anymore. And because of that, he was pretty much traumatized, and he couldn't get into any like pro athlete division. And that was truly devastating for him. But he did not let that stop him. In fact, what he did was he started realizing, his friends started reaching out to him and telling him, why don't you work for like a sportscast center or something like that. So he started reaching out people through LinkedIn and started engaging with these people and building connections. Oddly enough, though, things kind of flipped for him. Instead of going towards sportcasting, he started realizing how powerful networking is through LinkedIn. And what he did is he started hosting seminars and events on how to build a following. How to build a following through social media networking. He started reaching out to people on LinkedIn, and every time he reached out to someone building new contacts, whenever he met someone new and they had a problem, they had a need, like they needed a certain person, for example, like a coder, he's like, I know the right person for you. Because he already linked with that person through LinkedIn, and he gave them that connection, which helped him propel forward. And he kept hosting these seminars, and he started gathering a huge following this way, and then he started charging people to get in, and he started pretty much monetizing his process so he can actually make a living off of it. It's incredible how powerful social media is, because you can really just elevate where you are today to a different standard in just a few years. And the reason why I mentioned how this kind of relates to me is because I started doing this. I started realizing how strong social media is, and I've noticed that there's a problem, and the problem is people aren't reading books. And I know that I'm kind of going through a way of making books shorter by making key points in videos, but I still encourage everyone to still read because there's so much information in these 20 pages. Honestly, it was so hard to pick these points because there's just so much to bring out, and that's why I still encourage people to read. But because of that problem, I see that people aren't really reading. I still want to pull people into this by telling them how much information is in these books. And it's mind-blowing what you can learn through 20 pages. That is it. 20 pages every day. And you learn an immense amount of information. And that is why I'm pretty much starting my own brand, 20 pages. And this kind of goes on to the next point, which is intent. Gary Vaynerchuk points this out. Whenever you're trying to make your own business, what's your intent? What's your purpose? And if your purpose is to make money, I'm sorry, door's over there. Don't even bother, because that's not the point. The point is to create a difference. The point is to create a huge change in the world. The point is to realize what the problem is in today's society and fix it and make a huge change. That's how it relates to me. I see this huge problem and I want to create a fix for it because I know there's a solution and I'm going to create it. Simple as that. Now, going on with intent, of course, you want to make money eventually with your business, but you'll figure that out. You'll definitely figure that out longer down the road. And with intent too, when you're giving value, you want to at least give free value. And giving people free value, dude, who would complain over free value? I know some people kind of have the critic, like, it's free, it doesn't mean it's that good. Dude, who cares? Just because it's free doesn't mean anything. Take it in and enjoy it for what it is. Be grateful, because you're going to learn something new from free content. I guarantee you. I know what I'm doing is free now. I don't know what I have planned for the future. I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea how I'm going to monetize this. I don't even know if I'm going to. We'll see. I have no idea. But the point is, I see a problem and I want to fix it. Simple as that. Going on to the third point, relates to exactly what I was talking about. Authenticity. I'm being authentic with you. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you exactly what's going on in my head because I want you to see what I see through my eyes. I want you to feel the problems that I have and whatever. I want you to pretty much feel what I'm feeling in a sense. I want you to see the life I'm living and see how this kind of relates to your life even. Because I'm trying to connect with you by being open and honest with you, showing the true me. Because if I don't, dude, I'm just the next business owner that just wants your money. That's not the point. That is absolutely not the point. I don't care. I want to create a huge change. And that is by far the best part of building your own brand. Because you know that there's a purpose and you want to create a huge change. I'm not going to lie. It's, to me, just spitting that out right now, you probably can hear like the shakiness in my voice because This means a lot to me, and that's why I want to be authentic with you so you see the true me. It means a lot to me that I started 20 pages and I'm already getting a lot of followers and a lot of people are already supporting me, which I really appreciate. You have no idea how much it means to me. I can't wait to see where we're going to be in the future together and see what kind of huge impact we're going to create together, me and you guys. But that is all I have for you guys in this next 20 pages. There's a shit ton of content in this next 20 pages, but it's hard to point out the really good stuff. But I think this is the best stuff, and I want to give it to you like that. So, guys, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and please subscribe on YouTube. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys mean so much to me. You have no idea. Keep on reading and keep on being great.